We know we take 3 matzos to the Seder. We have to understand the reason why. And understand in general how we are supposed to actually eat the matzos. We know there's a lot of discussion about it. Exactly what's the order. So we're going to take a look at Simin Tov Ayin Hey.
What? Tough.
Simin Tov Ayin Hey. It's page Shin Tzadik Aleph. Page Shin Tzadik Aleph. Okay, we'll learn the first few sifim. Afa pisha notel yadav tzaratubirak, even though one washed one's hands already for karpas. Afa became so loud with the yadav, so one needs to wash again one's hands for the meal, for moitzi matzah, levarach halatil sedayin, to make a bracha, acher gemar hagad v'halal. Why does one need to make a bracha again and wash his hands again? If you're shas aminus hagad v'halal, during the time one's saying that hagad and the halal, he siach daite mishminis yadav. One was mesiach das from watching his hands. V'yishlachash, one could be concerned. Shema noga b'makom atinoifis. Maybe he touched a dirty area. Sheyidayim maskanis him. The hands are always moving around. So therefore, one needs to wash again. Siv beis v'afim b'shas aminus hagad v'halal lo yisiach daite mishminis yadav. Even if you watched your hands the whole time, you were careful not to touch anything. After became so loud, so still you have to wash again. Below bracha without a bracha. Why? When you washed for karpas, you didn't have a mind also for the suda. You didn't know if you're going to be able to wash your hands. Anytime you wash your hands for something which you dip in liquid, which is the reason why you wash for karpas. Some people have a minig. Some people are machar mahader a whole year long before they dip anything, any vegetable, anything that went into the liquid, any vegetable liquid, they wash their hands. Even people who are not machmer a whole year are machmer Pesach. So since you didn't have kavana, so you have to wash again. You did have a mind, so you don't need to wash again. If one did not Masir Das from watching his hands, the entire Haggadah and Halal, so Yisai watched his hands, and Yisai had a mind. And the Chanami, the Natilas Yadayim that was for Karpas, works for Moitzi Matzah. You don't need to wash the
bracha. He didn't say a bracha on Tilas Yadayim. How could it be good for bread?
So go to Kasha.
Unless you say Taka made a bracha, I don't know. Maybe that's what he means.
So you don't make a bracha for karpas.
So probably you can't make a bracha in the beginning because you don't know what's going to be. You don't know. But maybe it's the reason why he says this is not the derech to do. Even if you do this l'poil, you can't make a bracha. But you shouldn't set yourself up this way. Doesn't explain the reason why not. He says, to explain the reason why you shouldn't do this. So we have to take a look over there and see what's the reason why you shouldn't do it. This is all been given a tila. This is just the hagdama before we get to the actual din of hamoitzi. L'maisa, just a shtikl hagdama before we read Sif Gimel. There is a machlekes rishonim as to how many matzos one needs to take to the Seder. 2 or 3? 2 or 3. The minig is we take 3. Well, Lamaisa, what's the svaris behind the machlekes here? We know that we need to take lechem mishnah. Just like on Shabbos, there was no man. On Yom Tov, there was no man. So you need to take lechem mishnah, the zeicher for the man. It's the inyan of lechem mishnah also on Yom Tov. However, we know the Torah says lechem oini, Chazal Doirish Lechem Oini Lechem Oni. The Ma Darkish Oni Beprusav Kama Prusa, just like a poor man, he doesn't have a complete matzah, he has a shard, he has a broken piece.
Yeah.
So to here tonight, you have to have a broken piece. That's the prusa, that's what we do a yachatz, we break the matzah. See, and the one piece you leave for afikoyim, but you have here the broken matzah because you need to have a broken matzah when you're saying the Haggadah. That's the inyan of a showing of anius. So the shaila is, we know you need to have a prusa. Is this prusa a broken piece? Is it in addition to Lechem Mishnah? Or is it adding to Lechem Mishnah? Or is it subtracting from Lechem Mishnah? Do we have to have 3 matzahs by the Seder? And we're going to make yachatz on the 3rd and turn it into a prusa? Or no, we have 2 matzahs by the Seder, and the drasha Lechem Oini is coming to tell us to subtract. Not to have 2 for Lechem Mishnah, to break one of them to have a prusa. So machloek is how we understand the drasha. Is it to add or to subtract? Interestingly enough, the Rambam held 2. Take 2. And I believe the Rif also. L'maisa, even the Mechaber says the minig pashat is, the pashat minig is take 3. But the Vilna Goyen in his Bir Agra, right over the end of Shulchan Aruch, in this Siman, Tafayin Hay, says he doesn't understand the sheet of taking 3. He says, what type of nius is this? You not only have 2, you have 3? Yeah, and then a whole year you have 2 every yom. Now you have 3, you're showing Reichkeit, you're not showing a nius. You're showing Ashirus. See, he's bothered with the whole Tanua. He looked at the Vart that the Gavra has to show a nius. The Gav is not showing Aniyus, he's showing Ashirus. So, Lahalocha, so the Vilna Goyen himself took 2 to the Seder. That's why you have, they say that Reb Chaim Brisker took 2 to the 2 matzahs to the Seder, based on the fact that the Rambam held that way in the Vilna Goyen, they were Talmidim of the Gra, going all the way back to Reb Chaim Volozhiner. Reb Chaim Brisker was named after his Elta Zayder Reb Chaim Volozhiner, Talmud Movik of the Gra. So the mice, I don't know how the Briskers today in Yerushalayim are noyik. Kedai to find out, but I think it was probably mistaber that they still take 2.
Is that a general thing that the Graz thing lines up with the Rambam? Is that
No.
No, not at all. Just here. Okay.
No, not at all.
Asking. Okay.
The Gra is critical in certain areas of the Rambam. No.
The Briskers were.
Briskers were very into the Rambam. That was the Inyan of Brisk, not the Gra. That Inyan was the. But here it works out together. It's both the Gra and the Rambam. It's a machlokes you're showing him. The Gra is just mitzaded. He holds that he should go his svara for different reasons. He has other rayas, a raya from a Mishnah. He's different rayas, and this is his raya misvara geshmak raya to say that we should pass like 2. Now halacha it's like 3, and that the whole olam is noyik 3. I don't know if anyone ever saw 2, but I think that it could be the briskers ada yoim, Yishalayim, Beis Brisk. They still are noyik. It's probably noyik 2. You have to find out, but came with the money. So let's take a look inside. We'll see this inside. Sif Gimel. Every Yom Tov one's chayiv to have Lechem Mishnah. Komokim v'lev Pesach yishayim mishin tzarech kim achas amechza. Some say that you only need 1.5. V'shemash adosh chachamim mashakos lechem ani chasevav. Chazal were doirish lechem ani. It's missing a vav. Shetei amatza prusa kedarkish ani. That the matzah should be broken like the ani. They were only darish to subtract for lechem mishnah. She'achas mehem loit yishem. The one of the lechem mishnah should not be complete. V'yeshem others say other rishonim the Rosh, Rashi, Tosis, and the Rosh say no. That Shalidar Shalahoysev Lechem Mishnah. They were only darish to add on to Lechem Mishnah. Shemalvad Beis Matzos Shleimesh Tzarech of Tzaylin Kamishar Yontiv Tzarech Lias Oid Prusa Achas Mishum Lechem. There should be an additional matzah for Lechem. V'chein haminig pashat. You can take a Shulchan Aruch. V'chein haminig pashat. V'chein l'shanis ela b'shas atchak. We should only be mishana. So, unless you don't have, You should have 3. To take 3 matzahs to the Seder. I want to tell you something, Agav, that this only tells you that you need, when it comes to Moitzi Matzah, you need to have 3 matzahs. Why you have in the Kaida 3 matzahs is for a different reason. Meaning, how do we view the Kaida? What is the function of the Kaida? You can look at it practically speaking, the Kaida is just setting yourself up, having everything prepared for you, that you could leisurely have the Seder with everything already made for you on a plate, and you have everything you need right there. That's the end of the Kaira. The Kaira is basically like a shopping bag. Or we'll say no. The Kaira is a din, special dinim associated with having the Kaira on the table. That you need to have the Kaira there mitzad halacha, not just for convenience purposes to make it easier, but halachically speaking, or kabbalistically speaking, you have to have the kaira on the table. So Lamaisa, what we find interesting in the Rebbe's Haggadah, where he makes this klarkeit, that all these dinim that this halacha we just learned now, that you have to 3 matzahs, is a halacha that's written, it's a halacha which is not negeya for be'etzim for the Haggadah. It's only negeya for Moitzi Matzah. We know Chazal were also doirish lechem oini, lechem she'oinim aladarim harbe. The lechem that you have to say on it a lot of things. The Haggadah, you have to say it over the matzah. You have to bavur zeh b'shah shematzah moder menachem lefanecha. The matzah might have to be on the table. But l'maiseh, you don't have to have all 3. Who says you have to have 3? Just have the prusa, the matzah that you made the yachatz on, that you made a prusa. The bread, which is the lechem of the ani, you can have that on the table, and that could be there while you're saying the Haggadah. And the other matzahs, the other 2 matzahs, you could bring out by Moitzi Matzah. So is the inyan of having on the kaira just to be there, convenience purposes, to get ready, or is there dinim? So the Rebbe writes when it comes to when it's the Haggadah says, when the Alter Rebbe and the Haggadah writes, the Alter Rebbe had his own Haggadah. And all Haggadahs, it says, it's based on a previous Haggadah. Sad al Kaira Gimel Matzah. You should put Gimel Matzah on the Kaira. So the Rebbe right away comments and brings from different, brings from a tshuva of the Gaonim, that there was a city called Kiroin. The city was unfortunately wiped out at one point, but the city of Anshi Kiroin asked Rav Hai Goin, Shal Anshi Kiroin is of Hai Goin, as of Shiri Goin, Lama Loichin Gimel matzahs b'leib psach, and why did we take 3 matzahs? Leib pachas leis, not more, not less. If Shiri going to answer them, it's keneged the Gimel azecher to the Gimel sayin, the 3 saw of ugais that Avraham Avinu asked Sarah to prepare for the malachim, and the tradition is at that time of the year was Pesach time. And another answer he brings from somewhere else, the Rebbe brings from other from other svarim. It says it corresponds to Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov. So Lamaisa, yeah, it also says Kohen Levi Yisrael. There's a lot of Ramazim in it, a lot of Inyanim. So Lamaisa, no, the Haggadah itself says Kohen Levi Yisrael. Even the Alter Rebbe himself writes it. Lamaisa is, why is it negayah to bring these reasons? The reason why we have the 3 matzahs is pashut. You need for lechem mishnah 2, and you need the 3rd one for having the prusa, because you have to have the matzah, the broken matzah of the lachamayim.
So you see that
the tshuva of the Gaonim, that there's certain symbolism here we're trying to have. The Seder night, you want to evoke certain zikaron, a certain yanim. So you're having the 3 matzahs on the table, even though technically api halacha, it's enough just to have the prusa. But you want to also have the 3 matzahs there for Zeicher. You could also see that meduyik in the lashon of the Shiloh that they asked the people of the city Kiroin, asked of Shiri Goyin from the Goyinim. They said the nusach was Lama Loikin Gimel Matzos B'Leile Psachim Leipachas Yoser. Why is not more, not less? Memel, they asked, why don't we take less? Okay, because there's a shita which holds you take 2 matzahs on the Seder night. But why did they ask, why do we not take more than 3? They were asking, why 3? Take more, take less. What's the sort to take more? There's no shita holds you should take 4 matzahs. Elamai, the shaila they were asking was not why by Moitzi Matzah we take 3. That they understood. The Shaila was the Kaira. Why are we taking it so early on in the beginning of the meal before we read the Haggadah already having 3? Maybe take 2, take 1, maybe take 4 or 5. What's the Zeich over here? What's the Inyan of it? So that's what he answered back to them. And Grada, later on, it was discovered that of Shiri Goyin, there was a Tshuvas HaGoyinim of Shiri Goyin was discovered that he held, like the Rambam and the Riftake, that you only take 2 matzahs to the Seder.
So it's separate for the Kaira.
Separate the Kaira. The Kaira in the Seder by the Shiri Goyin, they would have, in the beginning of the Seder, instead of 3 matzahs. When it came to Moitzi Matzah, they took away 1. They only used 2. The Inyan of the Kaira and the Inyan of Moitzi Matzah were 2 separate functions. They were mutually exclusive, no kesher. You can have 3 in the beginning of the Seder and 2 later. There's no kesher.
Maybe, I don't know if this is right because I don't see it written in front of me, but just an idea. Maybe the ones who asked the Shaila asked about 4 because maybe the Takasura Kaira is just being setting the table and there's more people. They need a whole bunch of matzahs. No, probably
no.
not.
It's mashma that they weren't because of the people. If they knew it was because of people, so then it would be. Aga b'chlal. I mean, we one time spoke here. Maybe we'll speak about it again. But you know, the matzahs that we have today are not the matzahs the way they had them even 300 years ago. The matzahs
someone was saying that on Shabbos. Sammy was saying, "Kairach, if it would be a hard matzah, how you kairach?"
Who's Sammy?
Azar. Yeah. He wants to say everyone was Sefard.
Yeah, Azar.
Or whatever.
Azar.
If it wasn't Lafa, how could you?
So he's really right. He's really right that the truth is that 300 years ago became a tremendous change in the matzah baking in the Ashkenazic communities.
What did they used to do?
It used to be soft.
Soft matzahs?
Yeah. Today you would look at it like chazat treif, but Maisa
but
is.
Isn't matzah always hard?
No.
Kike matzah and the mint and cover meat.
I don't know if that was hard either. But Lamaisa.
No, it says plus it's pita.
Pita, no pieces. I don't know. I have to be like. Lamaisa is we see from the poiskim. You know, api halacha, you can have matzah up to tefach high. Up to tefach high, you have a shtickle cake. We can have lafas. Lafas are not even that high. They didn't make a tefach high 300 years ago, but they were making it like pitas, like lafas.
It wasn't it rises, doesn't it have 11? That's called 11.
As long as it's within the 18 minutes. The problem is
right away.
Tell you the issue is. The issue with the reason why the matzahs are hard is because we don't put in a lot of water. We don't put in a lot of water. So you put less water and more wheat. So it's such a very thick dough. It's a very, very thick dough. It's not a soft dough. More water makes it more softer. It's more loose, the batch. If you make less water, so it's thicker.
So you're saying it's possible to make a matzah that's soft and it's mamish not chametz?
No shaila about it. There was an Ashkenazic guy and some adventurous fellow in Australia that tried to do it. You know, like 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. You know, the Gedolim Eretz Yisrael were all, fire. Even though Min Hadin, there's no problem, they write, but Masoida, that we haven't seen Shematzah for hundreds of years by us. Even in Sephardic circles, not everyone has soft. There's certain communities that have soft.
You didn't tell today they have soft?
It's not a matter of communities, it's a matter of money, because the soft ones you have to pay a lot more for because they're handmade. Whereas
is that the Vart that in the Sephardic lands they all had soft?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying in America, because of money, it's different.
No, even in Israel. Even in Israel, most of the Sephardim don't have only the soft matzah because it's so expensive.
But all of them in the original communities where they came from all had soft. He says there's a website, soft. He says there's a website, softmatzah.com.
How does it taste?
It tastes like regular matzah, just that it's soft.
It doesn't taste like lafa?
No.
It doesn't taste like bread?
No. It tastes like regular matzah, except that it's soft.
But how tall is it?
It depends on which bakery you go to. Sometimes I walnut was about this thick, but maybe they make more.
So how many bakeries like that are there?
Well, I don't.
It's a specialty item, right? It's not. It's not. It's a specialty item. It's not so.
No, it's for a dim. They have.
Because he says he had to pre-order online or something. He ordered
ordered soft matzah.
softmatzah.com. He says I never saw.
No, yeah, I used to live. You're familiar with Yerushalayim?
Not so familiar.
Also,
a little bit, yeah.
I used to. I used to live in Beit Yisrael, so the pita maker, he used to kosher his oven for Pesach, and he used to make matzah in his oven.
Interesting.
The bakery.
So that's how we made the soft matzah.
Here, soft matzah.
And then there was in several of the shuls they used to have their own runs. In the Sfaradi shuls they used to have their own runs of making it.
Was it good? Do you prefer it?
Huh?
Do you prefer soft matzah?
Well, I didn't buy it too often just because it costs a lot. But it's good.
They don't produce so much of it, so that's what's probably.
It's just as it's not like the house.
For Ashkenazi kehillos is against their minig. You shouldn't do it, but for Sephardim, it's not. So it's not. It's not a question. It's not something wrong for them to do. There's nothing wrong for them to do that. 100% kosher. Even for us, it's 100% kosher. It's against the minig. It's against the minig. There were different reasons that contributed that it changed. The oilam wanted to be more mashmer, different things. So they wanted to make it. Yeah, they wanted it to bake better. One of the reasons was they wanted it to bake better, so they wanted to make it thinner matzahs. And I don't recall the details, but l'maisa, the reason why the person who had the kaira, whoever was leading the Seder, was supposed to be able to distribute from his kaira matzah for everyone. It's not possible in our matzahs. But those matzahs that they had, amol, that were thicker matzahs, so the shir kazayis was easier to give everyone a shir kazayis. Especially also they made them very big. And gar amol, they had them up to a tefach. So you can have like a big cake. A person can have a sheet of cake in front of you, and it can give to everyone in the family. It was more shaykh.
Well, you can't put. Oh.
Al Kopan, getting back to our discussion, so Lamaisa, the Siddur HaKaira and Moitzi Matzah are mutually exclusive. Akadekach, that Shri Gain Seder, he had 3 matzahs by the Kaira, but he only used 2 of them with Moitzi Matzah. Because he was a Shita that the Darash of Lechem Oini comes to subtract that you shouldn't have the usual 2 complete matzahs for Lechem Mishnah. You should have 1.5. So you only needed to have 2 matzahs, and you break 1 for Yachatz. The reason why I had 3 by the Seder was for Zeicha, for Avram Yitzchak Yaakov, for other reasons. As is a Karan. Api Kabbalah, there's a lot of reasons for the whole setup of the Kaira. But it's that each one of everything on the Kaira, the 3 matzahs and the 6 things on the bottom, Keli, the Kaira on the bottom, refer to the 10 spheres. So it's a separate inyan from the actual Seder. So Maisi, here we're learning about the minig pashat is that we take 3 matzahs to the Seder. Now how should you hold the matzahs b'shas you make the brachas? Siv Dalet. Pei Shin Tzadik Aleph. B'tzorech sheyoiche shtei hashleimis b'yodei b'shas brachas ha'moitzi ati prosati vein shtei hashleimis. When one says the bracha ha'moitzi, one should hold the 3 matzahs, the 2 shleimis with the prusa in between. Lo yinich ha-prusa l'mayla shebetchilas al-havarach ha-moitzi v'akach l'esmatzah. One should not put the prusa on top. The matzah you make yachatz on should be the middle one, not all the way on the top. You shouldn't have it on top. Why not? Because in the beginning you make hamoitzi, and then you make alachilas matzah. Obirchas hamoitzi ala shleima, but alachilas matzah he ala prusa. Shalach hamani. This is the first opinion. We're going to see a second opinion later, but the first and main opinion is when you have the 2 brachas you're making tonight, the hamoitzi and the special bracha ala chilas matzah, shekichanu titzvan al chilas matzah. So the bracha of hamoitzi goes on the shleima, because every Yom Tov you make a bracha on a shleima, and the chilas matzah goes on the prusa, on the broken matzah, shivach hamani. So now prusa tiyel maila, Yisarich lav al hamatzis kishivarich al mitzvahs kishivarich hamaitzi b'tchila. Since you say hamaitzi first, so what's going to be in front of you? We're going to hit first the prusa. Or if the prusa's on top. So you're going to be ma'aval hamitzvahs. You're going to be saying hamaitzi, which is on the shleima, which is underneath the prusa. So you keep the prusa underneath. So when you say hamaitzi, it's on
The process.
the shleima, and then the achilas matzah is on the prusa. You don't want to be ma'aval mitzvahs. So that's why the prusa is in the middle. So now you're holding all three because you're eating all three tonight, right? You're going to make hamaitzi in all three, so you hold all three. And now we explain to you why the prusa is inside in the middle.
Achilas matzah.
Because of the seder achilas matzah, because of the seder, you don't want to be aim avirun al mitzvah. You're not allowed to go over one mitzvah when you come into them. Like mashal, if someone is wearing a talis and tefillin, you're supposed to always have your talis in front before your tefillin, and also you shal yad before your shal reish, because you don't want to hit the shal reish first, then you have to put the shal reish on the side and then take your shal. Aim avirun al mitzvah. So therefore, you put the prusa underneath the shleima, because first you're going to say hamaitzi, which is going to be on the shleima. Then achilas matzah is going to go on the prusa underneath. The final one is for koirach, that's later. So you have to keep them in the order that you need it, so you shouldn't have to go one over the other. So that's where you have the two matzahs, the two shleimis, and the prusa sandwiched in between.
Hamaitzi comes the first brachas on Moshe.
Yeah. Now. La'achar shesif hey. Top of page shin tzadik bey, sif hey. La'achar shegamer berchas hamaitzi. After one finishes berchas hamaitzi, yesh lahashmit hashlishis hashlemim in yadi. You should drop out of your hands the third matzah. Let it fall down on the table.
That's what koirach.
V'yoiches beprusa mamato. Hold the prusa on the bottom. Ubehel yoyin amamayel, and have the shlem on the top. Yivarach al achilas matzah. Don't say the bracha al achilas matzah. I'm sorry, say the bracha al achilas matzah. Now, shaila is aval lo yashmit miyadi matzah shlem al yoyin achilas matzah. Why should you not drop also the first matzah?
Right, because you're not.
Now you're saying amaitzi was on the shlema. Al achilas matzah is on the prusa. So now that I already said amaitzi, when I said amaitzi, I held all three. Now that I'm saying al achilas matzah, I should drop the two of them and hold only on the prusa.
So there's a reason for that. Why?
The reason for that is, like he's going to explain now, that there is also an opinion, which is not the ikar opinion, but there's a shita which holds that it's punkt fakert. The berchas hamaitzi goes on the prusa, on the cracked piece, the middle matzah, and hamaitzi and al chilas matzah goes on the shlema. Punkt the opposite. The first shita learns that the bracha of al maitzi goes on the shlema, the complete matzah, and al chilas matzah goes on the prusa, which makes sense, everybody say, right? Because what's tonight the main thing? The lechem oini, the middle one, al chilas matzah. But there is a minority view which holds that fakert hamaitzi goes on the prusa, because this is your main hamaitzi of the night. The night is the prusa. This is the hamaitzi of the night. This is the birchas hamaitzi. It's Pesach tonight, and since you're not supposed to say two brachas, you're not supposed to say two brachas on one item, because then it's an inyan of ein oisim mitzvahs chavilas. You're doing mitzvahs in bundling it together. So you separate them. So therefore, you push back the birchas al achilas matzah on the shleima.
Well, isn't it supposed to be you drop the bottom matzah, so you're holding the top, which is shalem, and the
Yeah.
okay.
Shaila is why. This is what we do. But the shaila is, b'shasta al achilas matzah, like what we learned, that the achilas matzah is on the prusa, on the middle matzah, the broken piece. I should drop not only the bottom matzah,
but
drop the top one too.
So you want to leave it there.
Why do I need the top one in here? Now I'm making my prusa achilas matzah. That's the one. So why am I still holding it in my hand and making achilas matzah? Because of the shita which says that achilas matzah taka goes in the top matzah.
But only because it's there already.
And the reason for that shita is, that shita holds, that this time of the year, when it comes to Pesach, hamaitzi should be made, not in the shleima, hamaitzi should be made in the prusa, because that's your hamaitzi tonight. Yeah. Make your hamaitzi on the cracked piece. That's the lechem oini, that's your hamaitzi for tonight. And achilas matzah should also make on the prusa. Ein oisim mitzvahs chavilas. You don't do mitzvahs in bundles, but two brachas on one matzah. So push back that bracha of al achilas matzah. Push it back to the shleima. Even though in Indian it should be both in the middle. But inside the Indian ein oisim mitzvahs chavilas, you'll move al achilas matzah to the shleima. So like them, kumtes now you're making al achilas matzah. You have to hold the top one too, because according to that opinion, al achilas matzah is not on the prusa. It's on the shleima. So if the yaitz are both days, we hold both in our hands. That's what we're about to learn inside. Okay, Sif Hey. Let's learn Sif Hey again from the beginning. After one finishes Berchas HaMaitzi, you should drop the third matzah, the complete matzah from your hands. You should have the prusa underneath and the shleima on the top. However, before you say al achilas matzah, you should not take your hand off the upper matzah. And obviously you shouldn't break any part of that matzah until you say al achilas matzah, because a person could think, you know what? My birchas hamaitzi, I was yoitz on the shleima. Let me take a little piece of it, right? I could take a little bite. My chilas matzah is on the prusa. So I said, no. Why not? Why shouldn't he do either of these two things? Because there's an opinion in Rishonim which hold. Shebirches hamaitzi hi ala prusa. The birches hamaitzi is on the prusa. Shilachamani. This opinion holds the opposite. It doesn't explain the reasoning over here, but he just says that this shita holds punkt fakert from everyone else.
Why is he picking up the third matzah?
In the beginning, you pick it up and you say Hamaitzi Lacha Mishnah.
Oh, that was just what I said.
Yeah.
Well, Lacha Mishnah because you're on Yom.
Lacha Mishnah, and you pick everything up. You have to also Lacha Mishnah. So you pick up all three. This is what you're eating tonight. This is your Lacha Mishnah. But then when it comes to Chilas Matzah, you don't hold the top two because there's a machloikis which one it goes on. The brachas.
He says another, what's the other?
Now, lefichach, therefore, toiv lots of deshneim. It's best to be yoitza both shitas. Al varech betchila shei brachas elu. You make first the two brachas. V'achkach yivtza kazayis mal yoyna shlema kazayis ve'prosa. L'maisa, he says over here, we should make first the two brachas. You know, in Inyan, you would think, I make my hamaitzi, like we said before, you can make your hamaitzi on the shlema, according to the first opinion, that the hamaitzi goes on the complete matzah, and achilas matzah on the prusa. So really, after what does one do when one makes hamaitzi? He takes a piece of to eat. So make achilas matzah on your shlema, hamaitzi, take a piece to eat. Then say al achilas matzah on the prusa and eat your kazayis of the prusa. Says no.
Oh, because according to the other sheet.
Says a lovarich tchila, because of the shita you can't do that. A lovarich betchila shtei brachas elu. Should first make the two brachas. Don't make them separate. One before the shlema, one after the shlema for the prusa, because maybe the shlema is the one you have to say. So you have to say both before both of them, because you have this machloikis. It's better to be yoyt to both opinions. And afterwards, take a kazayis from the top and a kazayis from the bottom. So you eat two kazaysim. Now, why are you eating two?
This is because of this?
Yeah. Now we're going to understand the whole reasoning behind it.
It?
The reason why we eat two kazaysim from the matzah, two kazaysim, is because of this machloikas. Mitzad the berchas hamaitzi itself, beside the first opinion, what do you need to eat for hamaitzi? To say hamaitzi, just eat a little piece. The inyan of eating a kazayis, you're eating because it's a mitzvah of eating matzah tonight. So l'chora, according to the first opinion, hamaitzi is on the top, complete matzah, the shlema. Take a little piece of that, and your achilas matzah is going on the prusa, the middle matzah. Take a kazayis of that one. So all I need to have is a kazayis and a little bit. That's all. But since we don't know which one is the achilas matzah, Which matzah are you saying? Are you being yoy to the mitzvah al achilas matzah? So therefore, you have to have a kazayis from each one to be yoy to both shitas. That's what he says here. The afalpi, we're middle sifhei, where it says afalpi.
So you're saying just as important as eating the kazayis is important that the kazayis, exactly that matzah has to become out the kazayis come? That's what you're telling me? Because when the Bnei Bayis eat kazayis, they just take a kazayis from anywhere.
Because they don't have a kaida. So in a chanami, if you have a kaida, you have to eat two. If you don't have a kaida, you don't have to eat two.
Oh.
Anyone who does not have a kaida in front of them does not have to eat two. There's no inyan eating two. The whole inyan of eating two is only just in order to be yoyt these two opinions. But if you don't have, if you're not eating matzah from the kairas, if you're getting a piece from the kaira, people are this big matzahs and they're giving you pieces from the kaira, okay? So you could also have two. But if you're not eating matzah from the kaira, you're a family member, a guest, whatever it is, and you don't have your own kaira in front of you, and you're taking from the box, then you don't need to eat two. You just
only
eat
have
one.
To have one kazayas?
For the mitzvah of chilas matzah, you have another kazayis for kairich, right? But and if you're kaimin, but for the mitzvah of the matzah itself, you only need one kazayis. The whole reason we eat two is just in order to be yoytz of bullshit. Sure, like we're saying this, yeah, everyone in the world. It's not only Chabad. It's for Shulchan Aruch. It's everyone. Let's take a look. Even though for just saying Berachas HaMaitzi, one does not need to have a kazayis. Even on a little bit, Yachal Barach HaMaitzi. Mikol Markin still no. Even Shibishvil Berachas Alachilas Matzah. Kazayis. Since for eating, for achilas matzah, you need to have a kazayis. Shalpachis bekazayis in yachal avarish in yoytzeh chavas pachis kazayis. You're not yoytzeh the mitzvah achilas matzah with less than a kazayis, right? Imkein laha'oimnim, according to the second shita, shebirchas al achilas matzah la shleim al yoyna. Al achilas matzah is not in the prusa, the middle matzah. It's on the top matzah. So you have to have from the top matzah kazayis. All the svari shen, according to the first opinion that we learned, shehi ikar, which really is the main opinion. Ikar halacha. Sheberachas al achilas matzah al prusa. So if it's kazayis from the prusa, you need to have a kazayis from the prusa. So this is the machlokes here. The ficha lots is yidei shneyem. So if it's kazayis mizu, kazayis mizu. The yoytz of both opinions have a kazayis from here and a kazayis from there.
You have to swallow it in the.
So that we're going to get up to the next sif. The vaila we know you have to eat two kazaysim. How should you eat it? I'm going to see in a minute.
Chew it, and then swallow it.
Now we have another problem. By the way, we're going to talk over here tonight that there's three levels. This is what's called mitzvah and a muvchar, the best way to do the mitzvah. Then there is lachatchila, how to do the mitzvah, and then there's b'diavad. Three standards. And by the way, the minig ha'olam, the way we eat the matzah, the way the olam eats the matzah by the Seder is not like any of the three opinions brought in Shulchan Aruch. So we have to understand why, but we don't do like any of the shittas here. Majority of people talking about.
Well,
maybe some guard.
Well, we
big
don't try to swallow it all at once. We just eat like regular.
Yeah.
That's the minig oilam. Why?
What the oilam does is the oilam takes the top matzah, a kazayis from the top matzah, a kazayis from the prusa. They put them on top of each other and they start to eat them. And they eat them within the shir zman of kedei achilas pras, and that's what they do. The oilam doesn't do what we're about to learn over here.
Well, I learned in yeshiva. I mean, it wasn't about yeshiva, but the best way to do it is to try to swallow it all at once if it's possible.
Yeah, but I wouldn't suggest you try it. I had someone once in my koil, he told me that his Zayda tried it and they called Hatzalah. And I'll tell you what, in the matzos which they had those days, like we said that there were soft matzos. Ashkenazim had like the Sfardim soft matzos. It's taka easier to do it soft matzos.
It might be harder to do it.
No,
once you chew it up, it's not.
Our matzos are very heavy and it's much harder to get the volume. You see, sheer kazayis works by volume. It's not
by volume.
Really, yeah, it's not by weight. The weight that we have, or we say like it's an ounce, is is a kazayis is because we're translating volume into weight.
It's volume.
Yeah. When we say Chazal tell us that you should eat a size of an aleph, it meant the size of an aleph, the volume that an aleph takes up. A kabeya means an egg means the size of the egg.
But if you ground,
Size of a fig.
if you ground up matzah takes to fill an olive, it takes that much to fill an olive.
It's not so pasha. There's a lot of different shitas about how you're supposed to figure out the shear. Some people tell me that we don't have to eat so much. But frat, we eat two kazesim. So if we eat two kazesim, it can be more makel. I'm not getting into, I'm not going to come to talk about the shiurim over here. This is already a bigger sugya. But lamaisa, the inyan of softer matzah is much easier to chew, and it's easier to swallow. Soft is always people can eat soft cake. It's much easier to have soft piece than have a hard piece of matzah.
If this is a shita, secondary shita that we don't pass, it's not the ikr. So
But therefore it's toiv. It's toiv to be yoyz of a shita. You're right. There's only together toiv. That's what I'm saying. There's three levels here. There's the toiv, the mitzvah namovcher. There's going to be a lachatchila, how you're supposed to do it, and a b'diavad. But lamaisa, we don't do like any of the three. We don't do like any of the three. We don't follow any of the three in Shulchan Aruch. We have our own seder. Klal Yisrael has our own way of eating the matzah, which we could understand why we do it this way based on what we're going to learn here.
But if you eat fast enough, then you're swallowing it within the shit. No,
It's
that's
not.
not what
Swallowing means kipshute, kemashmai, swallowing a whole kazayis in one shot. Not.
Don't you have to do it within a certain time frame?
Yeah. Doing a certain
But
time
that's
frame.
not the most mitzvah on milk. You're saying that's b'diavad. According to what we do is b'diavad right now.
Hmm.
You're talking now b'diavad.
I'll tell you. It's hard to discuss what we do why we do what we do until we know that what you should be doing on the different levels here. Let's take a look. Sivav. I want to say two things, by the way. There's two reasons. There's the reason why. There's two things we're going to learn now. There's about putting them both into your mouth. These two kazayis you put into your mouth at the same time. The kazayis from the shleima kazayis from the putting in your mouth at the same time. Why?
Those you mentioned here.
I was going to say it in Sivav. The reason for that is because again we have those two opinions. So she can put one before the other. So you're being macked in one. If the bracha, you're going to make a hefsek in the brachas. You have to put them both at the same time in your mouth. Okay, so this is being the starting of the feet over here is to get the matzah. Each kazayis of each one has to be put into your mouth at the same time.
How are you supposed to do that?
With our matzahs, it's come out impossible. I mean, basically, you have to break up into pieces every matzah, and hold the piece of matzah in this hand, the kazayis, and the kazayis here, the shleim and the prusa.
It's like a half a matzah.
Put it into your mouth the same moment.
It's like a half a matzah.
According to the stricter shita, shear, yeah. So
Strict is half a matzah usually.
yeah, so you're gonna have a half a matzah in his hand. It's not shaykh basically, but you're gonna supposed to put it into your mouth at the same time.
Perhaps you should
Not
call
to make
out-
a hefsek between any bracha.
Mhm.
And then there is about swallowing a one shot. The reason why you swallow each kazayis on its own and one shot has nothing to do with this machlokes about the two opinions. The reason is because al pi Torah, anytime the Torah tells us that you're supposed to have a certain shear, eat something, eat matzah, eat maror, to eat a carbon paste, or whatever you're supposed to eat, you're supposed to eat the kazayis of one shot. It's a chavivas a mitzvah. It's a chavivas of the mitzvah. For our matzahs, we don't understand. It's not chavivas a mitzvah. It's like an achil bagasa.
Yeah.
Masha'enkin, if we also machmir the sheer kazayis, but originally we knew what the sheer kazayis actually was, and it was soft. So whether it was smaller and it was soft, so what's the big deal to take a soft piece and push and swallow it? So, but that's l'chatchila. You're supposed to try to swallow it, but the swallowing had nothing to do. The bliya of kazayis of asachas has nothing to do with the machlokes here, the two separate brachas. The reason why you're putting them both into your mouth at the same moment, that's machlokes. Let's take a sivav. Shnei kazayis elu tzarich la'achlam b'yachad, and sheyichnisem b'fi b'vasachas. You should put them into your mouth in one shot. We're not talking about swallowing. We're talking about putting it into your mouth. Put it in your lips in one shot.
You have to
Why?
break it up first.
Yeah, you're gonna have to break it up, and the way our matzos work, you have to break it up. It's not like soft where you can squish it. If you're gonna first put the kazayis on moitzi in your mouth, the haina shel hashleima, v'yakach yoichel kazayis shel achilas matzah, the haina shel prusa. You mafsik bein birchas al achilas matzah achilas kazayis mea prusa.
No.
You're gonna make a hefsik. Because the birchas al achilas matzah is supposed to go on the prusa, according to the first opinion. And you put it first into your mouth, the achilas matzah, the shleima. In the sheet itself, you have a problem.
So if you're not going to do it once, don't do it.
So the opposite, according to the sheet which holds the birchas hamaitzi is on the prusa. If you have first the kazayis of the prusa, back kazayis mashleima, hare hu mafsik bebirchas al achilas matzah achilas kazayis mashleima. So you have your mafsik between the birchas al achilas matzah with eating the shleima. You ate. You had the prusa first. The prusa is the hamaitzi. And then afterwards you had the shleima, which is al achilas matzah. So that's mafsik. So each opinion, the emphasis is not about being yoytzi each opinion. Each opinion for itself is going to have, has an issue. Lefichach yachnisim lepiva v'asachas. Put it into your mouth at the same time. I will ein tzarich levoyim v'asachas. You do not need to swallow it to one shot.
Oh, so you said you don't have to swallow.
Not have to swallow both of them in one shot. Eliyatzke befiv. Chew them in your mouth. V'yivla betchilo kazayis eche kuli v'asachas. V'yach yivla kazayis sheni v'asachas. You have them both in your mouth, one on one side of your cheek, one on the other side of your cheek, and you're chewing them each on each side of your cheeks. And then you swallow one and then swallow the next.
Why isn't it just for the same
But the two don't have to be swallowed down together. I don't know, because Beis Abliya doesn't hold as much. I don't know what the svara, but L'maisa, this is the way you're supposed to do it. Mitzvah mocher. You can't try this. You know, this is who's able to do this. Say you're not able to put it in your mouth at the same time.
I think you could stick a half a matzah in your mouth.
But you need to stick two. Two kazaysim.
The whole matzah probably.
You one on this side and one on this side, and the same time of asachas. That's number one.
Okay,
Then
so
your mouth is like, I don't know how your mouth feels. Number two, you got to keep one on one side and chew one on the other side and swallow a whole kazayis of each.
And that's not a hafsaka. Because you're swallowing it separately.
Swallowing separately, why is it not hafsaka? I don't know.
Because it's already in your mouth.
Ready in your mouth, have to know the
It's
dinner.
already in your mouth, it can't be hafsaka.
So l'maisa, that is the best way to do the mitzvah. That's the best way to do the mitzvah. You had chassidim that tried it, I'm saying, but it wasn't. The reason we could mamish understand that Amol with the soft matzahs, it made sense.
The stam of the minute changed because it's a chilas kasa to do that.
Did they call Hatzalah first?
Oh wait, when the Shulchan Aruch.
Okay, I just want to do. We got to go to Maidim. I want to do Zayin and
I
Ches.
had it
What?
back right outside.
When the Shulchan Aruch was written, it was hard matzahs on the border.
Probably. I don't know. He wrote the Shulchan Aruch the way it was Amol. Could be by him already. It was hard. I don't know. The way it's written is written the way it's Amol that it was.
So my question is, if you're able
Yeah,
to...
the Shulchan Aruch never says it was soft, but you see from a lot of discussion.
Evidence.
First of all, Shulchan Aruch clearly says that you're allowed to make it up to a tefach, not more than a tefach. More than a tefach is chametz. Underneath and underneath a tefach, you should try the mitzvah and mufcher to make it smaller, rikik and dakin. But even the rikik and dakin of Shulchan Aruch is not the rikik and dakin that we have. Our rikik and dakin are even more rikik and dakin that they had then. Rikik and dakin is like maybe like the Svardim do today with their matzah. That's considered thin already. It's not a tefach.
But if it's important to have the Beis Abliya, so why don't you just, and you're not going to be able to do two kazaysim, so upon them just do the Iker Hadin. The Iker
So 6 Siv Zayin. What happens if you can't do this? Im eine yachol rasik befiv shnei zaysim biyachad. You can't put into your mouth the two kazaysim together and chew them all. It's too much. You can't do it. Even in times of Shulchan Aruch, this is a difficult thing. Yoichol betchilo hakazayis shel hamoitzi, ta'ina shel hashleima lefi svara shen sheikar. Let's follow the ikar shita. The ikar shita is to eat the shleima first.
Yeah, but not a, you're not
V'achar hakazayis shel achilas matzah. Right?
yeah, but the kazayis should come from the prusa, according to the Ikeshi.
Yeah, because I from both. But you can't.
But he's still holding my doing two kazayis. Yeah.
No, we're still trying to be yoitza both days, but we're not being yoitza both days in the ultimate fashion. We're going to have a kazayis from each one, because we don't know which one it goes to. But we're going to follow the seder. We're going to first do the shleima, and then the kazayis to the shleima, which is the hamaitzi, because you said hamaitzi first, right?
In Ma'avir no Matzos.
Ve'ein achilas ha'kazayis shal hamaitzi choshev hefsek b'diyeved ben birchas al achilas matzah l'achilas kazayis pros. Since the al achilas matzah,
Why are you even doing a kazayis? Just take a piece of bread, a piece of matzah, tiny piece, eat it, and then get to work on the prusa.
since you need to make hamaitzi on both. Hamaitzi said on both, right? Hamaitzi, you say for everything what you eat tonight, you make hamaitzi. Hamaitzi, you make it all bread you're eating tonight, all challah, all matzah. So since hamaitzi is needed also for the prusa, so when you eat a kazayis of the prusa of the shleima first, since that's a hamaitzi matzah, so hayois that achilas matzah also needs to come on to berachas hamaitzi. So the fact that right after you made achilas matzah, the second bracha, you took your first kazayis of the shleima, which is for the hamaitzi, it's not considered a hefsek bidi eved, since this is part of the mitzvah. You're making hamaitzi. You need to say hamaitzi, so you're making on hamaitzi. Calls of the chatchila. This is all how you should do the chatchila. So if you can't do this whole shtick, very simple. The Al Shulchan Aruch tells you very simple. Take a kazayis of the shleima, eat it. When you're finished, take another kazayis of the prusa. Yeah.
Why don't I eat a small piece of the hamaitzi and then go to the prusa for the kazayis?
Because we're still trying to yoytza both days. If we wanted l'chatchila, we're still trying to be yoytza both days in a certain b'di'avadik way. Meaning we're not giving up on being yoytza the second shita. Because remember, the only reason why you need to eat two kazayis from each is only because you want to use both days. Otherwise, it's just enough to eat a little piece from the hamaitzi and that's it. That's what he's going to say in Sivches. In Sivches he says, calls l'chatchila, the whole Siv Zayin is l'chatchila what you should do. If you can't do the mitzvah namovcher, the toiv, so do the l'chatchila. Avo b'di'eved, afilu yachal kazayis echa bovad, even if you only eat one kazayis. Bei mea shleima, bei mea prusa, afilu achal b'zecher zeh b'achilas harbe. Even if you ate them one after the other.
That's a real di'avad here.
Even if, as long as you didn't have more than the shear of kedei achilas pras, so then you are yoitza. Only one kazayis from whichever one.
4 to 8 minutes. Something like that. 4 minutes, they say.
Now, even if you weren't eating it mamish right after another every piece, you took a piece, you stopped. As long as it's within that shear, it's okay. Even if you talked in between, you don't need to make another bracha again. Always the problem is you shouldn't make a hefsek between the bracha and the beginning of the eating. But in the middle of the eating, it's not a problem. Kimuvin, you don't usually want to talk because you want to make sure you get into the chilas pras. But I'm saying up here, if you talked, it's not an issue. So Taz will talk about a seba. Well, the mice is, so we have 3 the masakim, we have 3 sadarim how you should eat it, and I want to explain why we don't eat it this way. 3 sadarim is, one seder is that one should have the 2 kazesim put into your mouth at the same time. So one shouldn't be a hefsek to the before the other. In the mouth, you should chew each kazayis on each side of the mouth, and then you should swallow each one individually whole. Kazayis whole.
Do you know which one you're swallowing?
You're supposed to try to keep it separate. The lemaisa, that's the toiv, the best oifen. Then l'chatchila, if you can't do that, you're supposed to just take a kazayis of the shlema first, and then a kazayis of the middle matzah. Eat it separately, first this one, then that one. And if you can't do that, eat a kazayis of either one, the shlema or the prusa, and you're good. Lamaisa, the oilam doesn't do that. The oilam does is,
They eat both.
the oilam can't, we can't do the first oifen. Shaila is, if we can't do the first oifen, why don't we do l'chatchila? Take a kazayis of the shlema, then take a kazayis of the prusa. But no, what does the oilam do? They say, we can't do the first oifen. So what do? They take the top matzah, a kazayis, the bottom matzah, they put it on top of each other, and they start eating it together. So,
Or maybe it's better you should take from...
so some taina that the reason for the minig oilam, the reason why we do it this way, is in order that we still want to epis be yoytza something, a little bit. So therefore, since we start eating them both at the same time, so in Echanam we didn't put the whole kazayis in our mouth, the vasachas, but we ate a piece from the top and a piece from the bottom, the vas achas. So we didn't make a hefsik to the beginning of the achila of each one of them. The beginning of the achila of each one, we didn't make a hefsik. So that's why what we do is be'etzem. What we do is l'chora a fourth way, but it's an in between the how should I call it, the first and the second method. Instead of going straight to the second and saying we're not shaykhs to anything, we're just going to eat one kazayis of the shlema and go the kazayis of the prusa, we say let's try to be yoytza a little bit of this toiv. Some of it we could be yoytza. In a chanami we can't do one kazayis at one time. When we put it in our mouth l'chatchila, we're going to put it in our mouth together, the prusa and the shlema. It will enter our mouth. The beginning of the achila will be in one bavas achas. So a shtik will be yoytza a little bit of the toiv of the best sheet of the mitzvah namuvchar. So this is like a step up, the step closer to be yoytza the complete mitzvah. So we're not doing it not the lachatchila, just eating the shlema and then the prusa. We're putting them together, and it's bavas achas. So the bracha, there's no hefsik between one and the other because they came both in my mouth the same minute. So this is what the Vel does. It's not only Chabad does this; it's other kihuvas also do this. This is l'chora is good reasoning for it, and this is the best what we could do. The best what we could do when eating of the matzahs.
If the Bnei Bayis doesn't have everyone a kaido.
So again, only if the Bnei Bayis, only if the person's eating from matzah l'kaida, you have eating two gazes. Otherwise,
but if they don't have a kaida, they're supposed to take from the achilas matzah prusa.
If there's enough, there's usually not enough.
There's
right?
not enough, so they can
Nothing
subsidize from the box.
Not the sub, yeah, you can take from the box. Nothing you can do. They don't have this whole machlek, all these sifim we learned tonight. I'm not only take if you're able to eat kazesim. There's enough kazesim for you from the kaira.
And if there's not,
so one kazayis, one kazayis
it's good to eat. You can eat the kazayis from the box. It doesn't have to be from the. When you didn't make a bracha. I mean, how does that work?
So you make a bracha the one from the box. Nothing you can do about it.
But you start with the prusa. That you made a achilas matzah.
Maybe you'll take a little piece. You should take a little piece.
That's what they do.
Because like hamaitzi, you take a little piece from. You want to be yoytza like a mishnah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, then the achilas matzah. So should okay? So here's the question: Should you make?
Take a little piece. You should take a little piece, baby. Take a little piece.
Should you make a achilas matzah separately because you're taking from the box? I guess so.
You can make hamaitzi and achilas matzah separately. You could.
So the person who's getting from the box should make a achilas matzah.
Of course, he has to make a chilas matzah. He has to make a matzah. He has to make both brachas. The shayat doesn't have to eat two kazayis on the box. He has to take out a kazayis from the box and make two brachas on a matzah and a chilas matzah. Just if you have two matzahs, the shayat is which one goes which the brachas. It's only when you have a kaira. Those days, I told you, those days. The balabas, whoever was running the seder, he actually gave a kazayis to each one from his kaira. Today it's not shayach, our matzahs. Our matzos are made differently.
So he
So what
should,
I say is you're taking from the box. It's not.
they shouldn't be yotze. The bnei bayis shouldn't be yotze from the balabas as achilas matzah. They're eating from the different achilas.
They want they could. It doesn't make a difference. They want they could. If there's some reason they don't want to say, they can't say the bracha, they could be yotze with it. Most people must try and make their own. They could be yotze with it. It's not an issue. Not a problem.